Well, here it is anyway. Mwah.
I was ready, dude. Thanks for the sub, Juicy Drop 90785.
The best hair in Rocket League.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Do I prefer a $5 donation or a sub? A sub, so you get something. A donation gets you nothing.
I finally caught a stream live. I really just wanted to
Donations are
support
like
your
literally
channel and
scams.
say, I love the amazing work you're putting into this less than 3 moi.
Wait, where's that message? Oh, it's the real geeses. Thanks for that. The kind words. That's very, very generous of you. I do appreciate that. There was one other that I missed as well. Pifer. It was you saying I've got the best hair in Rocket League. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head, but there's quite a few good haircuts. I mean, Carpet's hair is pretty majestic. If anybody remembers Flo from season 1, his hair is like actually a main. They're just off the top of my head. Coxer's hair is pretty phenomenal. Anyway, where were we? I was just making sure I had Europe server turned on because I always forget that. But Flores and Kaydop. Kaydop, of course, has been on stream 100 times or so. You'll know who Kaydop is. He's by miles in the lead at number 1. But who's number 2? Oh, would you look at that? It's Flores. And then 3rd place is Dapper. 4th place is Flores too. So he's doing pretty good for himself. 2nd and 3rd in Europe. Dapper over there in US West is dominating America. Denial Lethamir a little bit behind him. And I believe all of these accounts are EU, apart from this one, which looks like it's an OCE player who's probably win traded. Nah, I'm just kidding. He maybe got up here legitimately. I'll have to find out who that is, because that's pretty funny. That somebody would climb and put my name in their in their name just to get my attention. Well, hey, it worked. Tell me who you are through, like, I don't know, Yumi Cheeseman or something, because I'm good friends with them. But for the
think Epion has
oh my goodness.
Hair.
Epion, you mean Espion? Hey, King for Pre-Kit, that's a ton of chairs, dude. Appreciate that. I really do. I do appreciate that. So thank you for that. Of course, for anyone who's wondering, it's 250 chairs to get Brian to say something. So that was 6 times more than necessary. You literally just got scammed. thanks for that though. Who else we got? We got Brecco 13, 5 months in a row. Jari Demand 4, new sub.
Months.
Conrad Allen 8 months. That's a lot of months. There's a lot of love today. I appreciate all that. I'll probably leave notifications at that. But if you do sub or anything during this series, then I will shout you out immediately after. So fear not. Fear not. Once again, new subs, because I see there's a ton of you. If you want your notification to pop up, you gotta refresh that page. Sorry for continuing to say this, guys, but it continues to be true, and I feel bad for people for people getting left out. Kaydop off to a strong start. Meanwhile, in the bubbly, what is it called? Decal. What is it? Literally just, is it called Bubbles? I don't even know what it's called. I've been in California, so I just go back. And he's going up against more of a old style car. This is an extremely old style car. Everything in this Octane was around for release. Nice shot by Flores, pulling out a pretty good save from Kaydop. I'll be very curious to see how Flores does on the EU server here, because of course he did play against Kernovi. It's called Bubbly. Thank you guys. Bubbly. Most of you guys are saying Bubbly. I'll go with that. But like I was saying, Flores debut on stream. He said he was extremely nervous, and he was playing on NA servers versus Kernovi, who did really well against him. He was able to shut down Flores, really box him into his own half, bump him around, demo him, and really take him out of the game in all manners of the word. But now we're on even terms, and up against Kaydop. He is off to a pretty good start himself. Take another look at the throw. I really quickly wanted to check what Kaydop was doing, because he was completely eclipsed by the ball. But perhaps a little bit too passive from Kaydop at the near post. Flores did do a boomer of a throw to the top corner. Of course, if you want to save those, you have to pre-jump. And Kaydop with an uncharacteristic misplay going over the ball on face-off. This is what happens if you hit the ball too high. We're going to take a look at what Kaydop saw here. Yeah, he just hit the ball a little bit too high. I think he missed his dodge entirely until it was too late. But Flores up by 1. Rank 2 player in the world, and also rank 4, like I've already said. Really impressive feat to be able to do that. Of course, Scrubkilla finished off season 3 with 1st and 2nd in the leaderboard. The 2nd and 4th is very impressive in itself. 2nd time on stream for Flores. I'm sure he's feeling pretty nervous. But after this solid start, This will really give him some confidence. Will he be able to continue this? Looking for a grind shot to the top right. Holy cow, what a shot. Even throwing a backflip in there for good measure. Really nice shot by Flores. We need to take a look at what Kaydop saw here. The fact that he backflipped is so impressive because that, as you can see, keeps him away from the goal. If he front flipped or side flipped there, that would have been, you know, a really, really bad recovery time. And if he hits the crossbar on that shot, the positioning will not be anywhere near as good as the backflip shot, which is something we really don't see very often. The backflip shot, obviously popularized by Marky Duda way back in the day, but no one really uses it as, you know, often as they can. I've seen Squishy Muffins do it a lot on his YouTube, but not so much on my stream. We'll be keeping an eye out for that one. Key thing to note for the backflip shot is you don't actually have to flip to hit the ball. You can instead just single jump into the ball and then backflip after you've already made the connection, because backflipping doesn't actually add any additional speed to the ball like a front dodge would, because of obviously dodging forward it adds speed to your car, but dodging backwards does not. So you're going to get exactly the same speed, if not more, by just jumping into the ball and then using the backflip purely for positioning, purely to keep your position as good as possible. I love that Flores is dribbling the ball back into the midfield here. Boost denial might be a little bit cheeky. Kaydop could have gotten a threatening hit towards goal there. But all in all, pretty controlled passage of play from Flores, taking the ball from Kaydop's back right corner, or Kaydop's back left, I guess, if you look at it from Kaydop's POV. Right across the midfield, just to deny boost, keep the ball under his control. Looking like he's got pretty solid game plan. Oh, panic at the near post, though. Kaydop will get another goal to tie things up. This is another misplay by Flores. We've seen him make this mistake already this game, where he just doesn't meet the ball as it hits the ground, which can be difficult to do, obviously, because if you turn on ball cam, the ball kind of falls right past your car and you're not sure exactly where it's going to hit the floor, because the floor comes into your vision after the ball goes past you. And if you turn off ball cam, of course, you can't see the ball at all. So really awkward situation. I'll talk to you guys after this very briefly about Gold Rush, of course. I'm sure that a lot of you have got questions about that, but I didn't want to keep these guys waiting. I did plan to get this match on stream. Good job by Flores keeping the boost that he had there. Oh, cheeky run to the midfield. That is going to get punished. Very, very cheeky by Flores to just run right in front of Kaydop while Kaydop has the boost advantage. Well done by Kaydop, though. That's a really good demo. He spotted that Flores was going to be making a beeline for that boost in the midfield and shut down that plan as quick as it started. Flores might be able to get a shot. The flick was lacking, though. That could have been a kickoff goal if he got the flick that he was looking for. It really could have been. But Kaydop is going to go up by 2 again. His lead is back in his control. 4 goals on the trot for the Frenchman. Again, a little bit of hesitation there by Flores. He was doing a good job earlier to keep the boost that he did have, but right there he had loads of boost, way more than he needed to make that play. And another kickoff goal goes astray. Flores could have had one there, but instead it should be a 2-goal miss. Kaydop also missing. Very unusual to see misplays chained back to back. Flores will be feeling very, very fortunate. Wave dash from Flores. What a play! Holy recovery time. Is it going to go in? Yes, it is. I so badly wanted that to go in just so we can see this recovery again. Wave dash off the wall. Perfection. I don't think you would have had Kaydop beat without the wave dash. That was sick. That was really sick. For anyone who doesn't know, wave dashing in Rocket League is where you dodge into the ground with your power slide button being held. And by doing so, you can get the front flip without actually flipping forwards. You can boost throughout. It's or you can get the speed up from the front flip while boosting throughout the entire duration, which is what we just saw. This should be another goal for Kaydop, though. He is going to shut down another failed dribble attempt by Flores. That first touch was a little bit heavy. Ended up being a pass. More than a first touch. 2-goal difference. Not a bad showing for Flores, but he will want nothing short of a win here. This is a great chance for him to establish his name, although I'm sure a lot of you will be as impressed as I am by these flicks and indeed the wave dash recovery goal. Kaydop this time getting caught out to the front post. It's curious that he decided to position so far forward. Oh, just hesitation. He was thinking about challenging early. He succeeded with that strategy the previous play, able to challenge extremely early and disrupt Flores' dribble before it could even get started. But this time Flores with a much better first touch was able to take control of the ball. Kaydop with a nice fake challenge. Gets Flores to bite pretty hard there. But Kaydop was backed off all the way. Does well to block Florus's fake. Florus was hoping that Kaydop would go for more of a dunk than a direct hit on the ball. Like that, and just end up passing it straight to him. Florus doesn't have much to play with here in regards of bounce. Starts a bounce by rolling it up the wall, but Kaydop is threatening to close the distance, and he will. It's going to be a very difficult equalizer if it is going to come, but there's a chance. Kaydop throwing himself forward. He really did not have to do that, and he's opened up the passageway once more, shuts it down. 1-0. Kaydop, where on earth is my OBS? There it is. A very solid start for the Frenchman, but a couple of extremely good goals in the middle of the game from Flores. I love the
Gold Rush was awesome.
I love that wave dash goal.
More events like that in the future.
Yeah, same here. Gold Rush was so sick. It was amazing. I'll hopefully be able to tell you guys a few behind the scenes stories later after we're done this. Depending on how long this series goes, I might leave some of that in the YouTube video. And I know a lot of people have been asking, why are the YouTube videos longer than they need to be? Because sometimes I leave, 20 or 15 minutes of chat after the series is over. And for your information, it's just a spoiler protection. I don't want to spoil the result of the game due to the length of the video. For example, if it's a best of 5 and it's over in 20 minutes, it's probably a 3-0. So to prevent that, I'll probably just leave the video running and talk to Twitch chat. Do an ask me anything in that time. Flores, very passive first 30 seconds here. Unlike Kaydop. Kaydop abusing Flores right now. He knows that he has the boost advantage, and he is doing everything he can to just keep this ball under his control. Not afraid to go off the ceiling and the wall, but that is a misplay. Kaydop meant to use that first jump to close the distance to the ball by dropping down the way, but his wheels had already fallen off the wall, or the ceiling I should say, which turned his intended vertical jump. Oh, controller disconnection for Flores. There's no way that he would do this on purpose. Kaydop might see that, and yes he will. Looks like Flores' controller has completely DC'd. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I was saying that Kaydop intended to do a jump off the ceiling, but because his wheels were not all touching the ceiling, it turned into a flip. And I'll have to check. This might be a disconnect actually from Flores. I'll find out as soon as I can. Because he looks like he's got more than just a controller. Yeah, he's got more than just a controller disconnection. It's alright, I'm gonna smash Kaydop right here. Watch this. Bring it on, dude. Let's go, Kaydop. Is he gonna just give me the ball to start things off? Oh my goodness, I need to, hold on. I need to go back to full screen. Okay, Kaydop, the gentleman that he is, let me turn on my full screen, which is good. Oh, he boost starved me. What a cheeky little man. See, if I had that boost, I could have scored. Now, Flores didn't rage quit. He's disconnected from Steam. I can see on my left-hand monitor that he is indeed offline right now, but it's okay. I've got his back. I'm gonna come and sub myself in just to take down Kaydop. I have played Kaydop once before, and he beat me by 1 goal, but that was a long time ago, and he was nowhere near as good at 1v1 as he is now. He's absolutely improved a ton. Well, that's a good shot. I think I might be able to save this. Never mind. Never mind. I keep forgetting I have tea. This is getting cold. I'll keep an eye on Flores' disconnect. Oh, he's back online. Okay. Shall we start again at 1-0? Yeah, he's back now. He's back. Let me just invite Flores. I've invited Flores again. Oh, Kaydop's getting... Oh, Kaydop says 0-0. Because a long time went by there, so we're just gonna leave and... I'm just telling Flores no worries, by the way. Just telling Flores absolutely no worries on the disconnect. It happens to everyone. Kaydop very nicely gonna agree to reset 0-0, so huge respect to Kaydop. Of course, he is always a good competitor. Seizure? Was there a... Oh no. Is the screen ruined? Is the screen ruined? That looks fine. Okay, we're back in the game. We're back in the game. Flores down a game. He was down a goal, but with about 1 minute and 30 seconds, or maybe a minute, getting wasted there by that disconnect, Kaydop just says, let's fresh restart this one. He is going to give Flores a chance. But straight away, Karma is going to shut down any hopes that Flores had for a fresh restart. 1-0 it is. Now it's green. No, it's fine now. It should be fine. I mean, I'm leaving it. It looks fine for me. There's a nasty bit in the bottom right corner. You cheeky man. Nice delayed face-off, or delayed 50-50 by Flores here.
The vid for the world record. All those scammers, I lost everything.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he might have deliberately hit the brakes there and let Kaydop hit the ball into him, but it looks like he was just in the middle of a recovery and got lucky. But hey, it happens sometimes. You're just in the right place at the right time. Flores didn't need to secure that boost without checking where Kaydop was. That was a slight misplay. He did not have clear visual on the Frenchman, which is always a dangerous thing to do because we know that Kaydop does love to go for bumps and demos. Speaking of which, Kaydop going for 2 bumps in a row. Thank you, Kaydop, for making me look smart by listening to what I was saying. Of course, I'm kidding. There's a small delay. He couldn't have heard that. Good goalkeeping by Kaydop. He's been caught off guard a couple of times by Flores' flicks. Certainly one to the near post, one to the far post, but he's able to play reactive defense on this play and get a really nice forced zone goal. That's really well done by Kaydop. It might look like luck, but that was really well opted 50-50. Sometimes a 50-50 is more like a 60-40 or a 70-30, just purely based on the location that it takes place. Flores could score here if he's fast enough, and he should be. Kaydop way out the game. Flores will tie it up again. I'm hoping that he's able to get a couple of clean shots this game, because last game his shooting was not as good as it was looking against Kronovi. Although flicks are looking good. Kickoffs are looking very good for Flores as well. That is not the first time that he's had a solid piece of possession in his own corner. Excuse me. The screen is all green. Let me press this button real quick. Okay, there we go. Should be fixed. Should be fixed. Probably still all green. Probably still all green. I mean, I don't even mind the green screen. Do you guys mind it that much? What a shot. There we go. That is more like what I'm expecting to see from Flores. After that backflip ground shot, I was looking forward to some clean shooting, and that is a good shot right there. Still green. Rip. You bean. That doesn't fix anything. Nothing does. Oh well. I tried my best. We're gonna have to put up with the green. Maybe I'll be able to refresh it after the next game. Nice fake jump by Flores. Again, opting to try and stay well clear of Kaydop when Kaydop is in his blind spot. You see him reversing all the way up the wall there just because he knew a demo attempt was coming. But even that being said, he wasn't able to dodge the second demo. Nice half flip there by Flores. Just to make sure that he won't get beaten to the ball. He can opt into 50-50s at will. And that's a decent shot, but it might go wide. Yes, it will. Missed opportunity once again. Flores could have had a 3-goal lead there, and that's an extremely cheeky little journey to the corner. Unnecessary as well. He did not need that boost, but it baited him in, and he's going to be kicking himself for that one. He's going to be kicking himself. He did not need that. Greed, he says in chat, and he is not wrong. Fix the green grass. Sorry, dude. I can't choose the color of the grass. There are some mods that you can use to change the color of the grass, though. I've seen PRL using them before. Oh, Flores getting nervous. We see right here, he could have waited just a tiny bit. That ball would have shot right across his goal with no chance for Kaydop to get into range. But by going early, he ended up centering it for his opponent. So definitely some nerves coming in here. Another good shot though. These shots are looking very clean for Flores, doing an excellent job not air rolling into the direction of the ball before he hits it, and that is exactly what we just saw from Kaydop with the precision for the bottom right corner as well. So important here that Kaydop hits this shot with his dodge without air rolling forward before the dodge occurs. Something that Cuxer is exceptionally good at. Something that Flores has been showing us today as well. Can make such a difference, just giving that extra bit of power, because if you air roll forward or air roll diagonally forward, which is more common, into the ball before you dodge into it, then the part of the car that hits the part of the car's hitbox that hits the ball is not as impactful as the very edge extremity. Good job by Flores there going up. He went off the sound cue, I'm pretty sure. Good speed. We're mostly paying attention to what Flores is doing, of course, today, because we've seen Kaydop so many times. You know how he plays. Flores is a bit newer, and I'm pretty sure that all of you will be able to see that he is more than capable of competing at this level. against a player, seasoned veteran like Kaydop. One goal lead for Flores. He's had a lead already this game, which he himself said that he threw. He'll feel like he threw a 3-goal lead after he missed an open net at 2 up. Throw lacking a little bit of venom on that occasion for Flores, who is number 1 in the 1v1 leaderboard. You're looking at him, it's Kaydop by miles. Sorry, just ate a crumb of a cookie off my my shirt. Hope you guys don't mind. I swear it's from the cookie that I was eating earlier. That's probably not going to be in the YouTube videos. They think I'm just a savage. Oh, that is so unfortunate for Kaydop. If that ball bounced straight back off the flat of the wall, he would have had the rebound. Obviously, if it went bar down and in, that would have been a goal. But it did the one thing that he couldn't actually put into the net, and that is hit bar down and then bounce. Again, over the net. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Still a misplay nonetheless, because he didn't have to go for it. And he did, which enabled Flores to capitalize with an open net counter. Flores making sure to land on his wheels even when he's dodging in such a way that his car is going to land on the wall before it's completed its full rotation. Kaydop with another open net miss, and I think he just drove it at the goalpost as well. Good recovery nonetheless. One more time I will say, any new subs, you need to refresh your page or you're not going to get a notification on Streamlabs. And what on earth was this? Kaydop showing us the other extremity. So earlier we saw Flores hitting this ball a little bit too early and centering it. This time we see Kaydop hitting it a little bit too late and scoring an own goal. He did not want to jump there. His plan was to catch the ball on the goal line and dribble it into his corner, secure the boost, and then continue attacking. But by waiting too long,
Twitch Prime, figured you should be the one to receive the free sub.
Yes.
Here's a kiss.
Twitch Prime. For those of you who don't know, an amalgamation of Amazon Prime and Twitch, where you can connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and subscribe to your favorite streamer every single month for free. Isn't that amazing? I think so. And it gives me money, so I am absolutely going to sell out. This is Flores' game to lose if I've ever seen one. There we go. He wasn't able to get a win versus Kornovi if I recall, but he will definitely get one against Kaydop. 3 goals up. And Kaydop not looking as solid as he did in game 1. Flores wants another one, just to bring it closer to 10. Possession play have been so good for Flores, and what a flick to set up the open net. Great play by the youngster from England. So clean. Rolling it over the top of Kaydop there. Turn up the game sound. I could do that actually. I might as well do that. Actually nah. I usually have it at 50. I thought maybe it was a little bit quieter, but then I recall that I put my own volume in my ear lower than you guys can hear it, so I'll probably leave it at that. But that was beautiful. Flores doing really well, tying up the series. Let me really quickly even up the scores in that overlay.
Johnny, what's up? You been? Good to see you back.
What's up? I believe he's 16. And I think Kaydop is like 18, so there's not honestly that much of an age gap between them, numerically, but I mean 16 and 18. I'm sure that most of you guys who have been both of those ages would say that you were quite a different person when you were 16 and when you were 18. Game 3 in the best of 5. The best of 5 has been cut into a best of 3 now. That time, good job by Flores, looking back behind him, something he hasn't done in every situation this game, to check what Kaydop is doing, and Kaydop might have just saved a goal. Yes, he did! We can see from the dead Flores that that was indeed hitting the post. He was doing such a good job keeping an eye on Kaydop. Kaydop again refusing. We've seen him do this before. He refuses to turn off ball cam in situations like that. And it sometimes makes his flicks look a little bit out of control, as we just saw. Of course, there can be benefits to leaving ball cam on when you're carrying the ball. One of them is that sometimes when you're carrying the ball on one side of your car and you have no intention of flip-flopping it in the sense of a sidewinder dribble, that can give you vision across the ball and you know, see someone who's sitting far post that might otherwise be outside of your view range. But right there, Kaydop had Flores in plain view with or without ball cam, so I have to question the application of the ball cam. It's something that he has shown success with in the past though. So hey, if it works for him, then keep going, buddy. How old am I? All of the numbers that everyone is saying in chat right now. All of them. It's Flores again, playing the econ game, trying to keep this boost till the very last second. But nice shot by Kaydop, the side flip shot. Will draw a nice one out of Flores in the chat. This is definitely it's an unexpected goal. Because Flores, after he sees that ball go fully grounded and rolling in field, it's unusual for him to move so far off his goal line. But he might have wanted to go for a harder interception. Smart flick. He's not looking for the goal there, just trying to flick the ball into a position that Kaydop can't immediately counterattack with and also get the boost steal. So that's what we saw from Flores right there. Again, going for boost in the corner, which he didn't really need it. The backflip from Kaydop's going to go well over the bar. Kaydop's flicks have never really been his main source of attack in offense, but he is not too bad when it comes to the flick department. Certainly not a fairy peak. Certainly not a fairy peak. That would be his teammate. I hope fairy peak goes back to the Octane at some point, just so we can see those pinpoint boomer flicks that he was showing us when he first came on the 1v1 scene. Is Flores going to try the aerial play here? Yes, he is. And transitions into a fake. Beautiful stuff. Unfortunately, unable to get around it and put it into the open net. But that was really, really nicely done. Fooled Kaydop completely. Kaydop again looking for demos. He's done a great job securing all this boost as well. I expected to see him on much less, but it looks like he might have got the boost at the middle of the field. And another easy demo. Kaydop's so good at spotting when his opponent flips nearby and going for those demos. Pretty weak save from Flores. Should have resulted in a goal, if I'm honest. Kaydop will not be happy with that second shot. Flores was extremely mispositioned. Volley from Flores also lacking power. Is this a new decal? Yeah, Kaydop has a new decal. What a bump by Kaydop! Oh my goodness. Did he really just do this on purpose? I need to see this again. Okay, he got the touch. I'm pretty sure he was just trying to lift the ball over Flores, but the Goomba Stomp may have been a happy little accident that he stumbled upon. Extremely low scoring game here, which can happen if players are securing their boost so well. But oh my goodness, Kaydop is a straight savage right now. He's done it again. Able to find his opponent and demo them. Flores has to be so much more careful not giving his blind spot to Kaydop, because he's been demoed about 3 times this game, if I recall. And plenty of demo goals earlier in the series as well. Wall shot really leaving a lot to be desired. Flores at 1 minute and 55 seconds remaining decides to go for a very risky wall shot, and he gets punished for it accordingly. Derp, he says in the chat. The definition of dunk in Rocket League is pretty much a block. Really, if I'm honest with you, what we call dunks in Rocket League should just be called blocks. Like that. Like Flores is predicting the direction that Kaydop is going to hit the ball, and he's blocked it. Very well done, by the way. The low block, of course, much more prominent with the Octane, but he saw the pre-jump for his opponent, just parked the car sideways to the ball, let it bounce off of him. That's sometimes affectionately coined the underdunk. And I like to think that I helped in popularizing that one. Let's get out with a much safer wall shot than Flores's iteration. A pretty tame follow-up though. Very curious to know why he didn't wait for that ball to bounce. And of course, Kaydop often goes off the ceiling in positions like this just because his recoveries are so good. He is so good at guaranteeing that the worst case scenario is a 50-50, and he doesn't use all his boost in doing so, as we just saw in the floor pitch attempt. Should Flores have gone for a challenge, Kaydop would have had a 50-50. It makes him so dangerous off the ceiling and off the wall, although that is not going to be a good shot. Coming off the ceiling and not even able to hit the ball as high as the front of the net is a huge misplay. Not like what we usually see from Kaydop, where he follows the ball all the way down to the ground and looks for a floor pinch or a 50-50. That time he just relinquishes control immediately. And another late 50-50 by Flores. Does get the lucky pop. Holy cow, that was a beast of a pop on the follow through for the tires. He thought that was in, but he doesn't need to change his line of play regardless, as he is flipping towards the large boost pad, and the ball is safe. Tempted bump or demo maybe for Flores. Gets the boost, and this time he avoids the temptation to go for a wall shot. So many late 50-50s by Flores here, and he's got a great chance. This is a huge opportunity at the end of the game. I don't think he realizes just how out of the game Kaydop was there, or he may have turned sooner, and he's not given himself all the time that he would have had if he had realized sooner that he actually had a lot of space to turn into there. Still a chance. Can he make the full pitch dribble? It doesn't look like it with Kaydop biting at his heels. He has to keep this ball in the air and get it past the Frenchman in goal. Oh my goodness, Kaydop has own goal! The ball was going to hit the ground on the line, but Kaydop has helped him score it. Flores puts the threatening shot on net, and I think he just pull shot Kaydop into it. Gets the tie game. We're going to overtime in game 3. One of the most ridiculous equalizers I have ever seen on 0 seconds. And Flores, he looked dead in the water, and now he has the boost and the ball under his control. But never mind, Kaydop capitalizes on the greed for the boost. This is not the first time that Flores has made this misplay. 100 boost in the bag, 74. Completely fine in the boost department, but he goes for the 100 and gives away another goal.
Bean.
Wait a minute. Did I just miss a £100 donation? Corny Gaming, what on earth? Where did that come from? Corny Gaming, that's a lot of money. What? Nice to meet you, by the way. I don't recognize your name, but if you have been in my chat before, I apologize for not recognizing names. I'm really bad at names, but holy cow, dude, that is a ton of money. I don't know why what I did to deserve that, but I appreciate it, man. I do appreciate that. That is, yeah, I missed that donation because the game was so intense at the end. The game was so intense. But Flores will definitely feel like he has a chance to win this series. With how these games are going, Kaydop has been getting a ton of bump goals. Nice blind block there by Flores. He can almost just know at this point that Kaydop's gunning for him. I mean, I say it, but it still takes you by surprise, because you think, surely Kaydop is done with the demos and the bumps and the blind spot attacks, but no, he is never done! He is looking for more! And he finds another one. The point blank range bump onto poor Flores, who's sitting in the net, just a herbivore. He just wants to eat his grass and relax in the 6-yard box. Kaydop has no time for that. He's gonna come in and eat you alive. Flores definitely looking like the prey in this series. It's Kaydop. Despite the fact that Flores has been winning most of the face-offs, is playing so aggressively, looking for demos even though he has no boost to his name. Absolute savagery. One of the most savage games I've ever seen from Kaydop. Another ceiling play. I can't say I'm a fan of these ceiling plays from Kaydop. He's yet to make one of them work. The wall plays are certainly something that I've seen work for him on multiple occasions, when he is going for off-the-wall air dribbles, off-the-wall shots. Flores getting extremely lucky there. Oh my goodness, is he going to get a goal out of this? That is very fortunate. Completely unbeknown to him, Kaydop was falling off the wall and he landed right on top of Flores and got turned around on the spot. And that is why we saw Kaydop with the weak recovery time. Despite the fact that he had more boost, he was taken out the game by landing on top of his opponent. Prize pool, not you. I mean, either way is generous. I'm looking out in the chat for Corny Gaming 21. I've been looking to see what on earth he wants to do with the money. Like, either way is generous. It is equally generous regardless of the destination. What on earth? Flores with that cheeky little cut gets it over the top of Kaydop. We have to look at what Kaydop saw here, because Flores really didn't lift this very high, but coming down off the wall, he got a second touch, volleys it over the top of Kaydop. Very, very cheekily done. But I see some people in chat saying prize pool it. Well, I'm absolutely down for anything, to be honest. A more clickbait YouTube title or £100 in the bank, either way, I will be happy. Flores getting a little bit of revenge on Kaydop right there with the demo. It's turning into extremely aggressive series. Right here, we're seeing one of the benefits, I talked about this earlier, to leaving ball cam on while you dribble close to the ball. And there we saw why it can be situationally beneficial, because Flores was able to see over the top of the ball and see what Kaydop was doing. And if he had turned on ball cam, or turned off ball cam, the Kaydop saved that. That is so unfortunate. Kaydop was getting so unlucky this game. But like I was saying, Flores, if he had turned on ball cam, would have had a straight look and not been able to see what Kaydop was doing. It's pretty much, in my opinion, only good to leave ball cam on when dribbling if it gives you information on what your opponent is doing that you would not otherwise have. That is what I'm trying to explain, but I'm failing miserably at. I am failing so miserably. I have to definitely stick with my thought that Kaydop is getting exceptionally unlucky this game. There's been a couple of really, really awkward Oh, nice finish by Kaydop. I'm not sure what he's doing here. There's been a couple of really awkward landings for him, where Flores has been getting some, you know, a tiny bit fortunate with bumps. But with how the series has been going, I mean, it's not like it's an undeserved lead in Game 4. As Flores could absolutely have won the previous game. There was no question. It was a series which he did just as much as Kaydop did to prevent his opponent from winning. The only thing that Kaydop did better, in my opinion, is just refusing to fall for the tricks that Flores was trying to pull on him with his dribbles. I'm trying to... I've not been able to see in chat any of Corny Gaming 21's messages. Chat is moving too fast. I've been looking at the game when it has occurred, if it has occurred. Oh my goodness. Flores with what looked like a freestyle air dribble, but there was kind of a reason for that. He was trying to reposition his car to be able to hit the ball, or in a way to slow it down. And in doing so, he had to do a spiral maneuver. This is very awkward for him right now, though. Not a good position to be in. Kaydop might just threaten a shot. Bad first touch won't enable it to happen. There we go. Feels backflip. Flores in an awful position. This is really never a position that you want to be in, where your opponent has the capability to turn like Kaydop does, and you just don't have much boost to your name. He knew that he had to get up immediately there. Missed boost and it feels backflip. Yeah, he went all the way to the midfield and missed the boost. That is a feels bad man for sure. Story of the series, in many ways, has been Kaydop's resolve, his ability to make comebacks, and Flores looking like the more nervous of the two competitors. Of course, Kaydop on his first few appearances on stream was not the most consistent either. Not able to win a money match for a long time, in fact. I think losing 3 in a row to Maestro, Miho, and I forget who else, before he was able to take down his first ever money match victory. Flores, of course, has only played on stream once. This is his second time. Yeah, again, I apologize if you guys think that I'm only talking about Flores today. It's pretty much because we've seen Kaydop a lot. We know exactly what to expect from him. Aggression, bumps, great shots, very, very, very good at 50-50s and challenging. You know, world-class goalkeeper, boost management to the maximum. But Flores is sort of an unknown entity, and he's showing us why he currently holds the rank 2 and rank 4 accounts in the ranked 1v1 ladder. Kaydop's aerial's not looking too clean today. That is the third time that he's hit the ball in a really arcing loop when he didn't need to, and he's gonna get punished for it. Not the worst decision to go up for an aerial in that position, because he does only have 45 or so seconds at that time to try and get the 2 goals that he needs to tie the game. But we just see what happens when he doesn't get the goal from it. He tried a cheeky delayed kickoff there as well. Something that we always see Kaydop with Fairy Peak do when they're down. They want to mix it up.
How
or a
did
little
they
Fairy
let
Peak.
your nose through customs?
I'd put it in a little baggie. You know how you guys travel? You have to put all of your toiletries in a baggie. Oh yeah, they made me put a nose in my face. My nose in my face. They made me put a bag in my face as well. But we are going to go to game 5 here. This is where we will see if Flores can put his nerves behind him, if he can start to play consistently. Because if I'm honest with you, he's had most of the ball control these games, most of the pressure. Kaydop's ability to find demos out of nowhere has been keeping him in the series. But we're all tied up here. Again, for anyone who is subscribed for the first time today, be sure to refresh your Twitch page, and that will, make a share button up here at the top of your Twitch chat. That is how you get your sub alert to pop off on the stream. And I'll get to those right after this series. This is the last game of the best of 5. We won't need much of a spoiler shield for this one because we're going the distance. Flores 10 shots to 7. And now Flores says get ready for the nerves plays. So he's feeling a little bit nervous at the moment, no doubt. Much more successful performance than his debut on stream, and this time he is going to snipe the red team. I believe he's been blue team for every game, at least that I can remember. I didn't see who chose first. I did not see who chose first, but this could be just a small distraction. Oh my goodness, that should have been a goal. Flores misses his first opportunity, and Kaydop will punish. That is a huge miss, not just because he went for the ball afterwards, but mainly because I think Kaydop has got inside Flores' head. You saw there Kaydop going for a demo onto Kaydop. Flores was going for a demo, sorry, onto Kaydop. He might be trying to get revenge for all the times that Kaydop has demoed him. Nice jump there. And the shot, this time he will hit the open net. So we've seen 2 demo dodges, 2 goals. 1 from each player. Flores with the jump onto the wall to get away from Kaydop, who was gunning for him. With how successful Kaydop has been with demos this series, I can't really blame him. Good recovery there by the Frenchman. And I look back to see what on earth Flores is doing. He knows that Flores is not going to have him beat to the ball, and we might see another bump play. No, he's just going to take a shot this time. I would have loved to see Kaydop go for another bump play onto Flores. He had the exact same setup as the bump goal that we saw him score last game. Ball cam is on. Flores, not for the first time, taking a wide route to the corner. That is not the first time that Flores has been completely baited by the corner boost. Kaydop will punish him. That is a... He went on a pilgrimage, he says. It's definitely a weakness in his game. These pilgrimages to the big boost pads are costing him goals at very important stages, but once again he's able to clean flick the ball over Kaydop. He spotted him advancing, and after a small hesitation did throw the ball over him. Not a moment too soon. Oh my goodness, Kaydop was close. Flores this time, I think he's trying to neutralize Kaydop's kickoff, just in case Kaydop tries a delayed face-off. And now we see this time Kaydop is the one who will go for corner boost. Unusual to see Kaydop just giving up ball pressure right there. Twice he didn't stay with the ball, instead opting to flip away from it. And then he also turned off ball cam and looked for the boost in the corner. So perhaps Kaydop will be the one who's the more nervous of the two. Shot from Flores is good. And 4-2 is the score now. We've seen this in a few games where Flores will get an early lead. He was not able to hold on to that early lead in game 3. He was, however, in game 2. But that doesn't matter now. We're in game 5. And Kaydop looking for bumps so often. It's a strategy that has worked for him up until this point, but if he's going to make it this obvious, Flores is going to be able to make that adaptation. As we've seen, he is being a lot more careful now with how he positions his car. Has to be careful here. Nice save by Flores, reacting to the backflip of Kaydop with one of his own. Can he get the recovery on the goal? Yes, he can. Flores is 3 goals in the lead now. 6 shots to 4. Kaydop looking lost for what to do right now, because Flores spotted that hesitation. Great aim onto the wall. That is one aspect of play where fast players will get goals way more than hesitant players. The fact that Flores just goes for that ball, slams it off the sidewall with full knowledge it's going to set itself up in a shooting position in Kaydop's half. Immediately recovering on the sidewall, gets the boost, and then follows up with the shot, which he had worked so hard for, then immediately gets a kickoff goal in his face. Will he get the revenge kickoff goal? Oh, he might, because Kaydop has beamed it again. Kaydop has beamed it.
Johnny is the best caster in the game. This is my first subscription ever.
That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. I'll get to all those donation and sub messages after this game is over, but we have another 3 minutes to see if Flores can hold the baby. Yes, he can. He holds it all the way in, caresses it into the net, and despite the slap from Kaydop, it will reach its final destination. Good job by Flores there, keeping the ball on the front of his car as he pushed it around the corner. He did not want to let that slip back into the middle or the back of the car, because that would have given him, or Kaydop, too much time to recover. And again, Kaydop has given up ball pressure. Flores opting for an early shot. Had it been more to the right, it might have succeeded.
Unfortunately, my fake Australian money doesn't go far. My prize pool.
Prize pool. Oh my goodness, the last game prize pool. Well, if you want to get your prize pool donations in, now is the time, guys, because Flores is running away with it. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain for Kaydop to find 4 goals. We've seen him come back from Brazil against Scrub before, so he is absolutely not out yet. But that volley does not look as clean as we expect from a player of Kaydop's caliber. Dodging away from the ball. And once again, Flores is in control. 10 shots to 5. This has been a dominating performance from the Englishman in Game 5. And once again, going for the possession play, making sure to get away from the demo attempts for Kaydop. You see him running up the wall there because he wasn't 100% sure if Kaydop was taking the fast lane on the inside to go for a demo. This is dangerous for Flores. Kaydop gets the extra touch he needs, and that is going to be 3 goal difference. Just under 2 minutes remaining. Kaydop with a 3-touch air dribble off the wall. Very nicely done. Exceptional control and boost management. Good job by Flores there, making that little brake pad adjustment. And he's going to slow roll this one as well, just to knock another second off the clock. Beautiful use of the brake there to make sure that he was in the right place when the ball bounced back toward him. Small things like that are good to see. Just not rushing for the mid boost because he knew he had Kaydop beat anyway. Good dodge by Kaydop. Landing exactly where he needed to be, but he is struggling so much to deal with Flores' face-off right now, as the face-off mechanics of the aforementioned have just been so good today. He has been able to control the possession of many face-offs. 4 goals the difference. 1 minute 20 remains. Kaydop is getting to the stage of the game where he needs to score with every single attack, and he's dribbling very linear. This time Flores will dodge the demo attempt. He has made that adaptation. He's paying very close attention to where Kaydop is driving, and he picks up the boost as it spawns. Fortune favors the brave. And Flores is putting up a brave performance here against the world #1 in the ranked leaderboard. Goes 5 goals up. Is this game? Is Kaydop done? The demo attempts have not worked in Game 5. The dribbles have been unsuccessful. Flores has completely dribbled Kaydop on multiple occasions and has not made the bean plays in defense that he did earlier in the series. Some exceptional recoveries have enabled him to look like his car just moves faster than the Frenchman's. 40 seconds remain, 5 goals the difference. Kaydop has not scored in a while now. It does not look like he's gonna score for the remainder of the game. Flores is having his way with him, and in the most dominating performance of the series, he's gone up 6 goals, putting 10 past one of the best 1v1 players that we have ever seen. Flores making his second appearance on stream a whole lot more successful than his first one. First touch has been on point, recoveries have been on point, his kickoffs have been on point. All the little things have been so good for Flores today. That is what has given him this victory. And as he goes for a 360 dribble, he's styling, but it won't matter. Nothing more than consolation and pride for the end of the game. Kaydop has been exposed in Game 5, and GG's. Congratulations to Flores on a huge win. The rank 2 player in the ladder, and also simultaneously rank 4 player in the ladder, is able to take down rank 1 Kaydop. And I'm sure that this is gonna give you guys a good idea of just how good this guy is. You don't get to rank 2 and 4. You don't get to rank 2 and 4 at the exact same time without having a little bit of talent up your sleeve. And that was good to see Flores showing up today. Much better possession efficiency than he had last time he played on stream. Nowhere near as many panics in defense, although we did see a few of them.
It's a good thing you're a great caster, because your snoz is always hogging the scree. Kappa.
The scree, huh? Hey, thanks for the sub, Chucky Fails. I will get all of the sub notifications that I missed done right now. So while I do that, I'm going to run some ads, because ads equals money and everybody loves money. But I'll be right back after this with more Rocket League casting. Hopefully, if I can find another game to cast. If not, we'll probably look for silly game mode. We'll do something. It'll be I'm not just going to peace out on my first stream back from Gold Rush. I've got a lot of stories to tell you guys from Gold Rush as well. So I'll be back in 3. Everybody is going to see an ad here. Subs, of course, you do not see ads, so let me just find out who you are. But hear that notification popping off. Ad block. Yeah, there's multiple layers of protection for some people. You get the subscriber badge, ad block, you've got Prime, I believe, Jesse. So many layers of protection. But anyway, Ninja Koala, $5 for the prize pool. There wasn't a huge prize pool there. I'll probably throw something in myself for Flores, because that was good to see him winning today. I'll make a note of that.
Here's Johnny.
Who's that right now?
Yeah, screw ads.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Hey, his Zep Ceylon, thanks for the 5 months, welcome back. And also that white kid, new sub, appreciate it, welcome to the stream, buddy. I need to also pay attention to what tier people are subbing to, because I've never spotted one before. I'll try my best. Lieutenant Lunchbox, 2 months in a row, welcome back. Z9RL, 3 months, badge upgrade for you, welcome back, buddy, appreciate it. We got Jant Sa, 2 months. What's up, you been? Good to have you back. Hey, I appreciate that. It's good to be back. Dr. BTV, new sub, welcome. We got Kurt Linky, also new sub. And yes, our new Twitch Prime member. Apparently I taught you about it. That's what I like to hear, dude.
Thanks for the awesome content, Johnny. Always enjoy catching the stream.
Hey, no problem, TJ Willard 13. Good to have you here once again. 7 months in a row. Welcome back. Bubble 912, new sub. Welcome to you. Subdude Earl. I don't know why I struggled to read that. Thanks for the 100 shares, by the way. And also Funu, 4 months. Welcome back to you. Gold Rush is awesome. Hope to see more events like that in the future. Absolutely. Where was I at the start of the series? I can't even remember. Gaming Creed. I can't remember if I gave you a shout out or not. Oh, it says, hey Johnny, I've donated well over $50 to you, so I did this because it's better for you. Also, I've never seen someone stream from the toilet, and I don't know if you'd want to, but nor have I. But yeah, I did say earlier, somebody was asking what would I prefer, $5 donated or $5 to sub. I always tell people to sub, because at least then you get to get something that you can show off in chat. Emotes and sub badges. It's definitely something I would encourage over a $5 donation, but I appreciate donations nonetheless if that is something that you want to do. I'm a strong believer that charitable people have to be willing to accept charity. And what do you mean? This car's amazing, Turbo. Look at how the camo Griffin matches the wheels. It's beautiful.